Hey everybody, so today I wanted to talk for a minute about a really neat accessory for the Mignon series from ARO Espresso, or ARO Espresso. I don't know exactly how they expect that to be pronounced, but it's something that's I think very helpful. I bought it for my Mignon, this is the Single Dose Pro, and I think it's a great accessory. So this is, is the standard hopper that comes on the Mignon Single Dose Pro, comes on some of the other models as well, but depending on which Mignon you have, you're going to have different types of hoppers. This is considered by Eureka to be a single dose hopper. And of course you have the wooden lid, which is very nice. The bellows is well made, rather large. The hopper itself is a bit of a problem. In my review, I talked about a few issues with the actual plastic part of the hopper. It's actually made out of Triton, which is nice because this makes it very durable, but there's a few issues that are present with it that I really don't like. One is that the little anti-popcorning lid in here rattles around. Some people say it's a finger guard, not an anti-popcorning lid. I don't know. To me, it is. The reality is that you have to flip this open to be able to get beans into it anyway. And so once this is open, this functions as an anti-popcorning lid. So, nomenclature, it's semantics. It doesn't matter. One way or the other, this is an anti-popcorning lid of some sort. Maybe this is too. But it rattles, as I said. The other problem with it is that the way that the anti-popcorning lid attaches leaves air gaps. So it allows a lot of noise to come through as you're grinding. Just sort of coming up through and around, even with the lid on it. So it's not, in my mind, the best of designs. So besides those sort of functional things, it's also pretty large. As you can tell, it sticks up quite a bit of distance above the grinder itself. And so if you're wanting to put this under a cabinet or something, there's a little bit of a challenge there. So Nate from Aero Espresso has released a single dosing hopper, I guess is the way you could call it. It's a device that they've made that goes right on the top of this, and it's compatible with a ton of different models. The Specialita, the single dose, Silenzio. There's a whole list of the various Eureka grinders it's compatible with. It has the little notch in the side of it that goes into the notch on the top of this. There's a number of nice features about this that I did want to talk about today when I discussed this. One is that it has a nice little sleeve that goes over the top of it that's reversible. It slides all the way down, so it sort of makes it a flush fit around the top of your Mignon. It kind of gives it a nice little touch as far as sort of integratedness of this. And you can rotate it around, so if you want to have it so that you're showing off that you have an Aero Espresso hopper on there, you can show the logo or rotate it around so it's not visible. It comes with a nice silicone bellow, goes right on top of it, and it fits right into the lip and holds very tightly. Because it's a small bellow, it's a nice, easy motion. I mean, when you look at the original one, and the things is much more difficult to manage. This is easy, very easy to press, produces good results because of this, or the air column being able to snap down and back up quickly. The other thing that I really like about this, which is something that if you've followed me and watched some of my other reviews, is a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. So I really like this design of their anti-popcorning lid. One of the pet peeves that I have is the standoffs that some people use with their anti-popcorning lids. And actually, this isn't a bad design that on the original one, because it actually does come off to the side with a little ridge that allows the beans to fall down. Some of them actually just have a single upright. And what happens is the beans get caught on the sides here. And that becomes very annoying because that means you have to reach in there and flick the bean to the side so it will follow or fall down in and get ground. So the way that they've done this, the way that Aero Espresso has designed this, the standoffs don't attach to the bottom they attach to the sides. In fact, they attach at an angle. They're actually angled up in a way so it's not possible for the beans to get caught there at the edge between the anti-popcorning lid and the standoff. And there's 3 standoffs there, as you can see. It's got a nice angle. The beans, even with doing RDT drop, spraying the RDT water onto the beans, they're not going to adhere to the top of the anti-popcorning lid. That's another one of my pet peeves, when there's not enough of a cone or a dome there for it to fall in easily. This is not a problem. This whole thing is not made out of plastic or something. This whole thing is anodized aluminum. So it is beefy. It's got a nice solid feel to it. I really do recommend this. If you have a Mignon, this is a nice add-on. I don't know what they said on their website was the official amount of bean capacity that this holds, but in my testing, I got to, I think, 70 grams in here, and there's still room on top. So plenty of room for whatever your quote single dose might be. If your single dose is more than 70 grams, that's impressive. So sort of, again, comparing this size-wise to the original single dose hopper that this came with, I'll just put them up side by side just so you can see as a side comparison what we're talking about, a size comparison what we're talking about. So obviously it is shorter and it is considerably smaller diameter. As far as attractiveness goes, I think that the oak accent here is nice, especially on the Single Dose Pro, since it has the matching coaster that goes on the bottom. But still, this is an attractive piece, and depending on which model you have, you may not even have anything wood. You may just have the standard black accents or something. This is going to match, I think, really well with those. But even without even with having the wood components, it still blends in very nice. It's a very nice integrated, almost looks OEM from the design of it as a whole. So yeah, I'd really recommend this. I do sometimes want to admit biases that I have. I bought this myself, but I am a little biased. I do like Aero Espresso's equipment. I've bought quite a bit of stuff from them over the years. I pulled some of them in here when I was ready to do this video to show them off a little bit. So I've tried a bunch of Spirographic WD tools. This is theirs, made of aluminum. It's my favorite one that's on the market right now. This is I've tried several. This is the best current Spirographic WD tool on the market. I have 2 sets of their. This is a chiller, a little chiller unit. I have 2 sets of these. This is mine, and I actually have another one on loan with a friend. It comes with a little spacer here. So I've bought that. I have this, which is another one of the Spirographic WD tools that I have purchased to give to a friend as a gift. If you're watching this, you don't know you're getting it because I haven't told you. This is something that's pretty neat. They're the only company on the market that makes this. This is a adjustable magnetism funnel. So it's got this little ring here, and you can pull the ring down and you can pull out the magnets. So anyway, I'm just saying that this is, they've got a bunch of stuff. I've bought everything that I showed you with one exception. He did include this with another purchase that I made for free in the box. But I bought a bunch of stuff from Aero Espresso. If you haven't bought anything from him, I really recommend them as a company. They make a lot of really neat stuff. This is not an exception, and this is something that I do like and I do recommend for anyone that has a Mignon, has a Specialita. Let me see what it has on the website. It says that it's compatible with the Turbo, Manuale, Magnifico, Classico, Bravo, Libra, XL, Notte, Perfetto. If you have a Eureka grinder in that line, more than likely it's compatible with it. So I recommend it. Happy brewing, everyone.